GOG version of this game. This is ancient history, and we're going to be diving into it today. I do plan to upload this to YouTube, so what we're going to do is we're going to launch our regular playlist with non-copyrighted music, so that YouTube doesn't copyright strike it. I was actually looking back to some of the Subnautica VODs, and some of the songs we had played in it actually struck copyright, to the point where some of the parts of the VOD were actually muted. Very unfortunate. Alright, we're gonna set that up there. This is an excellent soundtrack for this game. I'm a little scared, I must admit. The faster projectile add-on. This is old. Let's go fucking launch this. I wonder if it will work in one go. It might. This splash screen is one I have not seen in a long time. I don't even know what version of the menu battle we're gonna drop in on. I don't know what the Star Destroyers look like. I don't know what the Mon Calamari cruisers look like. I don't know what the Starfighters look like. Welcome, guys. Welcome. I remember playing that and crashing in every battle. Well, with the Steam version, and oh my god, this was before we fixed the Layer Z script, and it had the old Sky Dome. Ah, alright. And that old Planet Mesh, which surprisingly did not actually look that bad. In fact, it pretty good actually. I'm surprised. That must be the old Locker Hulk rig. Ah, the old assertion error diamond boron missiles. Oh, and the ships all rotated at these gigantic angles. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna jump right into a skirmish. I don't know which maps are and are not supposed to be used. But I'm not gonna tempt fate by playing a 6-player match. I think we're gonna drop into a very quiet 2v2. And then we're gonna see. The old oh, the old missile drills. This is gonna be something. I'm gonna start with 10,000 resources. We are going to start as the Rebellion, with a medium rebel ally and 2 medium empires. Yeah, folks, I was thinking yesterday about the fighter movement we had in the old version of the mod compared to the new, so to say. It has to do with how the weapons are coded and such. It affects how starfighters move in combat and whether or not they really turn towards the targets. And I would have sworn that when we had the weapons coded a specific way back in the olden days, these ye olden days, starfighters handled better. Now, God damn it, this is old. Shit. This is back when these... Was it the assertion errors? I don't know what caused the crash, but we'll just have to kind of hop into the battle real quick before that happens again. But yeah, as I was saying, I dug up this old version of the mod because I wanted to try the olden ways. See if the starfighters indeed handled better, yes or no. And we're going to find that out via live test. Had a talk with someone else, another modder, Megabolter, you may know him, Daniel. Not Daniel Acheron, different Daniel. And he confirmed the other way does in fact affect the movement of the... I don't even know if Galactic Conquest was online in this. I have no idea. We're just gonna hop into a skirmish and hope it works. There we go. So yeah, this is the live fire test. This is the live fire test. I hope you're ready. Hard to believe how much has changed since then. Absolutely. Yeah, me too. It's a shame we can't play the normal music. It is a shame. Was this the one where the victory had the S-Files? It may have been. I'm just gonna launch. We'll just sit on the loading screen for a second. While I talk with you guys a little bit before we go. What's the GC map like? I couldn't tell you. We can try in a bit. How about one shot for every 4 We're not... Sorry guys, we're not doing the drinking game. We're not doing... Ooh, those are some small icons. Do these automatically engage the S-Files? But... Oh, wait, those are the AI ones. Where are mine? Wait, aren't they way off in the map somewhere? I don't think we actually have a spawn point on this map. Yeah, they spawn all the way over there. Let's get these over. Station ready. Alright, now, back in the day, guys, we had a different starbase. It looked something like this. It had missiles that curved up from these missile ports. It had a bunch of turrets in it. More were added as time went on. Scroll speed is significantly faster. Orbital command. I don't think we're currently using this. Z95 Headhunter. Although it's more agile and popular than the X-Wing, its weapons, armor, and shields are weaker. Alright, let's go for some X-Wings. You'll notice that these stats are almost exactly the same as that they are now.
Upgrade in progress.
Oh, and they build fairly quick as well. Nice.
Choose your reinforcements. Squadron reporting. Reinforcements en route.
Let's actually build a couple more and a couple of these. We'll bank the starbase to 4. These are the old... Squadron reporting. The old icons we had for the... Squadron reporting. Asteroid ahead. Right, you had to manually engage the S-Files.
Beginning construction.
We'll try that one.
Asteroids ahead. Switch shield to double front. Asteroids ahead. Switch shield to double front. Asteroids ahead. Switch shield to double front.
15,000 times the asteroids.
Asteroids ahead. Switch shield to double front.
We don't get a lot of income right now. I think this is back when the starbase gave you shit all for income. That was changed a while ago, so that the starbase itself will give you enough income to actually have a decent fight. You'll notice here immediately, right after I get this going, that the Sky Dome is very, very different. We had I think we had a galaxy on this, but I think it's actually inside the Nebula. I think this is one of those large composite nebulas that I did. I think there were 2. There was this one, and there was another.
Construction options available.
Oh, okay, new construction options. I remember the Quasar being pretty good. 3 X-Wings, 3 Y-Wings, and 2 A-Wings. Okay, that sounds pretty decent. Doesn't cost too much. We'll go for it. We'll upgrade that as well.
We're going in. Calling for me, sir. Lock S-Foils in attack position.
With the strafe distance, they go straight towards the target. This is exactly what I remember. And this is what we are going to change ourselves back to. Fighter movement, not the mod, obviously.
Warm up. Nebula B frigate here. Waiting orders.
Constructing.
Oh. Ah, the old explosion particles. Yeah, for starfighters. I have to say, I am quite keen on the old explosion particles. If not for the fact that they cost a crazy amount of particles per second. Let's see if we can snipe that with a couple of Y-Wings. Or maybe a Quasar. Alright, let's go for a let's go for DP-12. The fuck is that? That thing is fucking firing. And it's also shredding us. Now, I'm going to be entirely honest. I can't recall... That thing will be able to hold that for a bit.
Preparing for combat.
Space station under attack.
I can't remember which of these are and are not, in fact,
Choose your reinforcements.
coded in which way.
Advancing.
But that's okay. We're just going to experience this, and then we'll see later on.
Someone's on my tail.
Empire at War is an amazing game, and this mod makes it even better.
Orbital command available.
I do think so. I forgot whether or not the starfighters were or the corvettes were actually effective in this. I don't think they had the repair drones yet. No,
Unit in
but I do
production.
recall at one point we had a fairly effective. Do these already have the torpedoes? No, I don't think so. Yeah, the old customs corvette. This is some old shit. Oh, you didn't even have the full rotation. You didn't even have the full rotation yet.
Bombers reporting in.
This is back when the mod was still mostly vanilla content.
Take down those shields.
Let's actually
Primary target is the shield generator.
let's actually attack these.
Take down those shields.
No, bunch of ties behind there.
I copy.
This is gonna become a clusterfuck of starfighters. Let's actually keep the FPS up here. We'll do this, so you guys can see. I'm currently getting a silky smooth 70, 50, 42, 52. It was 100 back when I was over here. Yeah, see? Goes back up. Goes back up. I'll actually just get rid of that for now. Don't want to hide the minimap. Alright, let's actually spawn our own frigate. And another one.
Production. Construction options available.
Primary target is the shield generator. Decoding transmission.
Let's not do that and launch the assault frigate. How powerful was this thing? It had a turbo laser, laser cannon, and a laser cannon. It was fairly lightly armed, but it was also very small. And you know, small targets are hard to hit, so.
Y-wing air.
Engine started.
Alright, we're getting a very decent amount of money right now. I'm going to upgrade shields.
Upgrade in progress.
Stay in attack formation. Assault frigate here. Reporting. It's as good as gone.
Let's get these guys to attack that. Oh, we get a bit of a lag spike. That means some ship just came in. A new ship. Probably a Yep, there it is.
Lasers linked and ready.
How many X-Wings does it take to take out a... That is a lot of projectiles, yeah. These boys fight quick back in the day.
Assault frigate here.
Let's actually drop this in here.
Orders received.
Reinforce that with one of you.
Construction complete.
Station ready. Yes, sir.
You know, we could try to save that thing.
Complete.
Oh, no, wait, that thing. Oh, this is back when the Victory had turrets, guys. The Victory back in the day actually had these quad turbo laser turrets, as you can see. No, I think we already got rid of the... S-foils, though.
Order confirmed.
Ah, right, it had the lure ability back then. Boost shield power.
Frigate reporting. Open fire.
I can't remember how good this thing was. It had like a couple of minor weapons. I think it's pretty much the same thing, right? It was Doki's model with a bunch of these small ass laser cannons that did a fairly negligible amount of damage to anything that wasn't a
I'm on it. Enemy spotted. Orbital.
starfighter, but it could do a lot of it could tank a lot of damage. So I think we're gonna grab some B-wings. Wow, that thing is still not dead.
Fire at will.
Has to be said, these are not that good against those. Alright, now A-wings are fairly effective against TIEs, that I do remember. Let's get these boys all over here.
En route.
These guys have still not killed that.
Let's do some damage.
No way. It has not done any damage?
3-2-4.
What? How?
Broadcast foils in attack position.
Attack.
Oh, right, they had healing back in the day. I completely forgot about that. We gave the mine some sort of passive heal, I think.
We have them in our sights.
Yeah, and these missiles lag the game like hell. Yeah, we're down to 25 FPS right now.
Yes, Commander.
This is why the missile trails were greatly altered.
Reinforcements.
Let's grab some of these B-wings. Let's actually build a couple more because we have the money. But was the hypervelocity gun useful? I don't even remember.
B-wing squadron reporting.
Now I remember that these boys fire a lot of projectiles.
B-wing squadron reporting. B-wing squadron reporting.
Space station under attack.
Wow, 2 B-wing squadrons can't take that out. Now that is a major change. Now that's a way to counteract bomber spam. Oh look, a single TIE bomber. See if we can kill those. He's behind us.
Upgrade complete.
TIE bombers, they may be slow, they may be fat. But shit. So are B-wings. Oh, those are hunters. Yeah, that's actually a problem.
New construction options available.
Ooh, the old carcass gunship. Let's build a couple of those. And let's actually try to take that out because
Reinforcements en route.
these mines are tanky as all hell.
En route.
Speaking of tanky, these assault frigates. Ooh, no, that's a bug and a half.
Ready to engage.
Let's get you out of there. I do want you to live. There are a lot of starfighters on the screen right now.
Decoding transmission.
Now, as you can see, the starbase number went up. We are currently at level 4, and there's a couple more turrets in this thing. I forgot exactly what the level... Right, yeah, it didn't say in the description, did it? Well, this is one way to counteract bomber spam to kill mines. Please tell me these hunters have fucked off somewhere.
Closing on enemy.
I think they have. Okay. Alright, we've got a whole host of B-wings right now. They're doing their best, but is it enough? What the fuck was that? Oh god, no, the Diamond Boron missiles from back in the day were awfully powerful. And when I say awfully powerful, I mean, if you have not played these older versions of the remake mod, then you have no idea where the Diamond Boron missiles came from. I remember hitting these with the nerf pad, like, actually 10 times in a row. Like, they were just splash damage, the range, the speed, the max amount of victims they can hit with a single missile. It just went down and down and down because they came from up high. These are actually the lightning bolts from Mount Olympus.
Navigating.
No shit. As soon as we see that white missile trail, we have to go kill those. I'm actually gonna have a quick look around the map to see if we can see some of those. We can actually build those
Vehicle
ourselves.
in production.
We can actually build these ourselves.
Reporting in.
Let's try to get our group together, mostly. We finally took out the...
Asteroid.
Oh, there, yeah, no, dude, that's not gonna... That poor ship. I'm a little disoriented with the old camera, I must admit. I am so used to the new system that...
Marauder cruiser here. Attacking.
Alright, let's just right-click on that. Then we'll get the... Okay, get the Phantoms. Phantoms are pretty good. I know people give them a lot of shit, but... Boba Fett. Let's actually go kill him.
Squadron reporting.
Were these missiles very good or very bad against starfighters? Ouch. Also, I think I saw a DB missile cruiser. Oh yeah, but that's ours, so that's good.
Marauder cruiser here. Yes, sir.
Choose your reinforcements.
Advancing.
These things could shred anything. Our allies upgrading the starbase consistently, so it's up to us to build some damn units
Production.
and make sure we live.
Construction complete.
Marauder cruiser here. Fire on their shield generator.
That's... Oh!
Reinforcements.
No, that was the first Star Destroyer that just came in. Damn, the lag was bad back then. Where's the other... oh, it's over here.
Destroy their shield generator. Targeting at maximum firepower.
Let's go completely obliterate this victory. Where's that star? Oh, it's right there. Okay, now we do have a lot of firepower here. I think we should be able to take it. However, just in case we don't, we're going to build a couple more B-Wings. And we're going to do that.
Assault frigate here.
They did, in fact, come from behind. What is up, Crazy Dutch? As my tablet lags out. Well, Havoc, we are playing an old version of Remake. The oldest one, in fact, that I've been able to dug up from the recesses of the internet. I went through 5 pages of Google, and this is what I found. This is a 2.5-year-old version of this mod. That's old. In terms of this mod, that is ancient. What the fuck? Is that a heavy turbo laser? That's the... Oh, these are very dangerous. These are very dangerous. Is that the old Argus texture? I think it is. With the old railguns on it. Let's yeah, but then we're gonna be in range of the Star Destroyer, and that is a bad time. Even back then, that was a bad time.
Standing by. Cruiser
These really need to start targeting these ties, and I think they may actually die very quickly.
targeting systems
Do we have a like TIE bomber squadron or anything? Any high value targets?
target in
I'll target some hunters. Damn. Okay, well, I would love to stay away from this, but I think it's gonna have to be a fighter, because that Star Destroyer will outrange us. Even back then, I had the system of long-range Star Destroyers. And donezo, ladies and gentlemen. This mod was only a little bit prone to crashes due to assertion errors, which are basically like small coding mistakes which add up gradually. The Diamond Boron missiles were actually a very significant number of this. So what I think we're gonna do is we're going to... I could just take out the Diamond Boron missiles. Let's take out the Diamond Boron missiles. That will already alleviate a lot of this. A lot of these issues. It's too late. Sadly, it is. I never understood how destroying just the primary bridge could cause every one of the ship's systems to fail. Oh, yeah, you know, that's just movie stuff, you know. Alright, so what we're going to quickly do, guys, is we're going to go into the projectiles, and we're going to get rid of the DB missiles. Projectiles, here we go. Diamond Boron missile, here we go. That's the barrage. Wait, what? Did they not have the... Wow, then it's not the Diamond Boron missiles. Interesting. I thought... It must have been before... Jesus Christ, then that is so... We are in fact in ancient Greece right now. And I am rediscovering the Pantheon. And I am looking at it and thinking, wow. That means it's not the DB. I mean, there's numerous issues in these older versions, guys. Again, the assertion errors, they all stack up, all that shit. Those are the high amount of projectiles, of course. Let's try a little bit of a smaller map. And with only 2 players. My Schnaps is ready, who is with me. I'm sorry, man, but I'm not going to be doing the drinking game today. In fact, I should probably ease up off the drinking games on the stream, because they're fun. Don't get me wrong. They're pretty good for the sport, you know. People seem to like them quite a bit. They're fairly popular, but damn if they don't cut into your sleep schedule and your health. All right, smaller map then. Oh wow, this is back when these were in. What was mining operation 526 again? Genosian skirmish? Ender ablaze? What else? The Bespin supplies? Normal supplies? I'm kind of curious what mining operation 526 is. These are old maps, again. The memory has faded. They're archived somewhere. In the deep recesses of the mind. Alright, I'm not brave enough to do a hard AI. I'm not brave enough, because we're gonna get shit on. Oh, let's actually spawn at place 3. Here we go. Okay. What kind of map was this then? Well, we're gonna figure out. We're gonna figure out together.
Ready for action.
Oh, this one. Yes, with the asteroid field in the middle.
Upgrade in progress.
Right, back in the day, I like to make these elaborate asteroid fields with like a bunch of, well, elaborate. It's not this elaborate. Back in the, that's even further back. Back in the Old Republic at War days, however, I made some big asteroid field maps. The Empire's over here, so let's capture the minds of the other team. We can do a 3-way battle. We're gonna do a 3-way battle. I have no idea what level of completion the consortium is in this version, but we're gonna play with a three-way battle. Was this back when the Cadell base still had the Hadron cannons? I think it did. Oh, those lag the game so awfully. Let's go set that up. I want to see them. Let us play as the consortium. We'll be brown, Empire can be blue, and the Rebellion can be red. Same rules. And we start up here. Okay, let's go do this. Good evening. Welcome back, Nighthound. I see the Dutchman has recovered from his drinking streak. Yeah, that did in fact happen. Fairly quickly, actually. I was actually a little surprised by how fast we got. Oh, right, back then we had the Arc 170. Let's build a couple of those because they're actually pretty good. I have no idea whether or not these upgrades work. By 50. We don't need that, I don't think.
Choose your
Arc 170. This should be the old Arc 170 model. Yes, it is, with the way too long wings. Diamond boron missile, laser.
Building under construction.
We're on station.
Alright, let's go try to capture the middle. We know it's going to be a shit show later on.
Weapons armed. We're ready for action.
These guys can go over here.
Now.
Yeah, back then starfighters were really slow. I sped up the starfighter significantly
Please repeat the communication.
in these earlier or after these earlier versions. Because they were just too slow, you know. It would take an hour to get across the map. Right, there is the galaxy we had. That's the old Stardome, right? We had a Milky Way galaxy in the
Construction complete.
panel.
Squadron
Oh,
reporting.
go get them. We should absolutely shred these.
Construction.
Right, we have the tail guns. They fire in red lasers. I thought the Arc 170 always fired green. Maybe not. No, apparently they fired red. Okay, interesting.
Building under
I can
construction.
only actually see these damn small satellites. It's a good thing when we remade the satellites that we added a flashy light to them, because I can't see these for shit.
Enemy target sighted.
Construction complete.
Roger. Asteroids, switch to shields.
Upgrade in progress.
The Tri-Fighters were always pretty fucking good. In fact, they were very quick and they were very maneuverable. And they, I don't, did they have the missiles? Dude, I don't remember. Right, these already fired the late. Oh fuck, we have one of those. Okay, well we can't attack that, so let's just
Moving out.
move on. Let's try to build the Diamond Boron missile launchers. Oh, our first ship just came in.
Squadron reporting. What is your order? Enemy Target sighted.
No, it's just a DP-20. Oh no, wait, these are the DP-20s with the proton torpedoes. Uh-oh. Okay, so that's not just a DP-20, guys. That is a DP-20. Which means we're getting the fuck out of there. If we can.
Ready for action.
And we should upgrade our starbase. 14%, that's actually a significant amount. Yeah. I forgot. Missile launcher, 2 turbo lasers. Turbo lasers, and I think it had a... We'll have to see. We'll build a couple of each, and then we'll see how good they are.
Space station under attack.
As soon as we're under attack by a couple of fighters worth a damn. These are not, in fact, worth a damn. We will deploy the tri-fighters. What's happening here? What are you fighting? I'm not sure what they're fighting. Oh, X-Wings. Okay. I think it may be... I think the time may, in fact, be nigh.
Coordinates received.
Can these even take out a... Was the healing only for the Empires? Now that is a bug and a half. Also, that thing is way too big. Damn. Alright, tri-fighters. You will immediately notice how quick these are.
Lasers locked and ready.
As you can see, they're a lot faster. And I think they may also already have the missiles. But I forgot. They may only have the... Only the heavy laser? Maybe only the laser. No, there are the missiles. With the old missile drills. Ooh, you don't want to engage those. We don't want to engage those. Turn around.
Jumping to those coordinates now. Fire at will.
Fire at those. Go on.
I copy.
Bro. Oh, I noticed I accidentally got rid of the chat.
Reporting.
They're actually kind of OP, as I recall. I mean, they had very little HP. Yeah, they only have like 16 hit points and no shields, but they're very fast and they're very maneuverable.
Station has been
Enemy space station has been upgraded.
Now we still have these mines.
Orbital command.
Let's upgrade. Oh, I think we lost this one. Oh shit. Yeah, okay. The tail guns are not going to cut this. Let's turn around. Do we still have our tri-fighters over here?
Waiting orders.
Yes, sir.
Yes, let's get those over here.
Full speed ahead. Engage target.
Our space station is under attack.
Let's just send them that way. I don't know if these are still going to be alive by then. Let's try to target that. I don't know how much damage this does. Half decent amount. Okay, the rebellion is sending their super OP starfighters in now. Yeah, these were pretty bad back in the day. The V-Wing has been buffed substantially since this release. Let's build a couple of them. As soon as we have our starbase, we'll send these guys into battle. First gladiator is out.
Fire.
Wow, these Arc 170s are still alive? Jesus Christ, how much HP do they have? 30 shield and 30 hit points. Back in the day, guys, starfighters lasted a lot longer. Because you see, the lasers were much slower. And starfighters may fire a lot of them, but because the lasers are so slow, you have starfighters that just maneuver out of the way of the lasers before they get there. That's actually the entire reason we sped up the lasers recently. To make starfighter combat a little bit more decisive. And to make sure that these high HP starfighters have a little bit of less of a overhand, so to say. Oh wow, that targets everything at once? That's actually a bug. I don't actually know how that's happening.
Ready for action.
Oh my god, guys. The VSAC is in this version. Also the skip ray, which is also pretty powerful, so we'll build a couple of those, but the VSAC, aka the Vengeance class Surgical Artillery Corvette. I wonder which version of the Master Rifles these are. I will also build a Venator, because it's a Venator. And we could use a heavy warship.
Incoming.
Let's try to build this. I'm not sure if it's gonna last, but we may actually be able to obliterate this using the skip rays. We'll have to see.
Copy.
Frigate standing by. Sensors activated.
Let's see. Let's do this. Let's have a cheeky V to chat. The Sky Dome is nice. Yeah, it's one of the giant like it's not a tiling nebula. It's actually consistent of. Oh no, wait, this is the other one. This is one of the old Burnstrobe ones. And then there is the galaxy in the background. This is what used to be the Sky Dome. If you look very closely, I can't really zoom in on it, and the thing is locked. But if you look very closely, you can see the edge running through it. This is actually a single sphere broken up into 6 pieces, and each of those 6 pieces has a 2K square texture attached to it, which is how I got the thing to look this high resolution. And actually, when you zoom in close enough, it actually looks pretty bad. But from this FOV, it's not that awful. Oh wow! Well, so far for your fucking. As you can see here, the lasers they're not hitting. So let's bring in a couple of these. These should be able to deal with these. V-wings are not great. They have been buffed substantially over time, but they can still do the job in large-ish numbers. If they can actually hit the damn target. There we go. As you can see, large numbers can still get the job done. This is still alive. Ooh, hunters. I'm not sure who wins from a hunter versus tri-fighter matchup. However, if they're just running, then we will win. We will make that. Okay, time to bring in a semi-heavy warship to try to secure this place. Let's actually upgrade the starbase again. Let's tack up a little bit. I still have these skip rays in reserve. Yeah, they just can't hit them. That's what I'm saying. The tri-fighters are very nimble, very small targets. Hard to hit. Oh, shit. Yeah, let's go wreck those. Was this the version where these had torpedoes? Yeah, it does have a prawn torpedo launcher. The old Venator this is, with the very, very, very small turrets. Let's actually bring in the damn skip rays. I'm a little hesitant to deploy the VSACs. I know the amount of lag that these guys used to create. Now the skip rays, as usual, very powerful. Very slow though. That thing is very tanky, so we'll... Let's, you know what, there's a significant number of starfighters, let's deploy the VSAC. And I'll maybe like get this upgrade. I don't even know if this works, again, no idea. Not a goddamn clue. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The Vengeance with the rotating Gatling cannons. Let's see, are they rotating right now? No. Let's give them a fire order, and then they should slowly turn around. Very slowly though. Did I take out the animation? No, they are in fact rotating. Let's go bomb that thing into oblivion. Let's start the shield generator. These very much go through. Oh, let's actually kill that if we can. No, if we fire on that, we can hit all the starfighters as they come out. That'll be great. That'll be great.
Moving to attack position. Awaiting command. Where are you? On the shield generator.
Boom. Apparently we're talking about drop boxes. Or drop boxes. Loot boxes. Well, that thing is just not having a good day, is it? They're not loot boxes, they're surprise mechanics. That guy gets it. Screw EA and give this man the rights. Well, man, even if I were to make a Empire at War 2, I'm not. Oh fuck. These things are not that tanky. I mean, they may be pretty good, but they're not that tanky. These guys, the Valiant is in this mod version. The Valiant, the ship that people have been bitching about for ages. Can we take out these? No. Okay. Well, then just hit that thing. Fine. Can this thing attack that thing? Yes, we should be in range. Can we launch the missiles yet? This is a level 4 starbase. We should have the missiles. I don't know what kind of reload they have or range. I think they may be fairly close range, actually. I may actually be fairly close range. Okay, the VSACs are dead. You do have to protect these. They don't have a lot of HP.
Yes, Commander.
This thing is still alive. That thing took a pounding. Shields are not down, mind you. Let's let that fly into the Imperial oh fuck, Diamond Baron missiles. Ooh. Do you think we could just attack the bloody station? We may be able to, but I think I'd rather just secure this area if I'm going to be entirely honest with you. Let's deploy the ship that people have been asking about ever since it was removed. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Valiant class Star Destroyer. I once made this model for a commission for someone. It is basically a upgraded Venator. It's got an acclimator-ish bridge. It's got a bunch of turbo lasers. It's got a couple of these triple turbo laser turrets, the Imperial version. And it has a lot of these small, untargetable quad laser cannon turrets on the sides. In these armored mounts. And in the front here. And there is the first target. Now, if I recall correctly, this thing is actually pretty powerful. Once we are... Okay, we should be in range, so we're gonna stop it from moving. Then we're going to overcharge. And that should do a lot of damage. We have 2 of these medium, or these dual turbo lasers in here, which the Venator has 1 of on each side. We have 2 on the Valiant. We got 3 on this side, whereas the Venator, of course, has 4. But we got a couple more of these rando laser cannons and turbo lasers. And it's actually a pretty good ship, if I recall correctly. We can have this be supported. Let's build one of those. We can have this be supported by our VSACs. Let's get these guys into the fray. I'd ideally like to get that back. Our Venator can be brought back up again. How many fucking reinforcements does this thing have? 6 A-wings and 2 Arc-1. That's not a lot. Large hangar, dual turbo laser, heavy artillery beam. Holds 6, 8, and... Wow, that is a piss poor... That's a piss poor fighter compliment for a... How much does this have? I mean, this thing does have literally a gigantic hangar in the front. How much does this hold? 6 and 4. Well, at least it's a little better. I mean, it's having a little difficulty catching up with that Star Destroyer, but... I also don't think the laser cannons are currently firing. Are the laser cannons firing? Maybe they're just low range. And there's a lot of them. Makes sense I made them low range. Our Venator should be able to rip that thing. Alright, and then we have these boys. I forgot in which part of the development these are. I mean, the aggressor has changed substantially over time. Let's immediately get rid of the goddamn self-destruct, because... Oh, wait, they're in this one. That actually means these things should fire pretty quick. If they can get in range, that is. This thing is like the hard counter to this thing. I mean, this thing is high damage, or high health, low damage. That thing is super high damage.
Frequency open. We await fleet orders.
Again.
I've got my approach vector.
I mean, we got our own artillery.
Open fire.
This thing doesn't have a lot of HP, though. Again, it's not that great
Copy that.
What do you need?
at tanking the damage. Well, that thing is rip. Yeah, we're getting attacked by a bunch of... I don't think we're going to be able to take this out. Let's just stealth and try to get back to base. There's no saving this guy.
Weapons online.
Space station damaged.
Frigate standing by for orders.
Reporting. Fire on the
Another
shield
victory. I
generator.
think we took out the first one.
Awaiting command. Throttle at full.
You won't recognize this game anymore. This is just a completely different mod right now than the old, or than the new versions.
Target sighted.
Actually, if you can turn around and attack that, I mean, this is an awful position for this thing to be in. It has to completely turn around to fire, which is a problem, of course. Yeah, it is sort of an up-armored Venator stalling. Exactly enough to be a rebel ship as well. Yeah, kind of. I gave it to the consortium since we needed a... we had gaps in the underworld roster back in the day. We still do, but we still haven't had the hut ships rigged and textured. I hope that doesn't crash. I'm gonna be entirely honest with you, I'm kind of enjoying this.
Space station under attack.
Oh yeah, now we're getting shit on. Now we're getting shit on.
Decoding transmission.
Choose your reinforcements.
Did that VSAC make it? I am not sure. I think the cloak is too short. Nope, it is done so.
Standing by. Dark cruiser here.
Now they're starting to bring in the Star Destroyers.
Firing.
And they've got these fucking escort carriers just slowly picking away at you there. I should build some strike craft to get rid of these assholes.
Cruiser standing by. Affirmative. Setting course.
Wow, did that thing move all the way from here to over there and actually lift? That's impressive. Meanwhile, we're getting shat on by all of these.
In range.
We need to do something about these damn escort carriers because they're expensive, but they're really good.
Give me a target.
Ooh. I have a target for you. But you are completely unprotected. That is actually a bit of a bad position for you to be in.
Station damaged.
Let's build a couple of these right after the...
Complete.
Get him off me!
Alright, we have a Kandosi, we have the Cadelbe, and we have the Lokrog.
Need a really big gun.
Yes, I do.
Fire at their laser cannon.
Alright, these small ass turbo lasers up here were targetable as well back in the day.
Skip ray report.
Let's just fire up the ion cannons. If we can get there.
Available.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna try to stream in a couple of starfighters to protect this.
Shield generator is down.
What do we call it?
Reinforcements en route.
The... Oh, just the aggressor? Aggressor Strategical Asset Class.
Reinforcements en route. Reinforcement available.
Alright, yeah, now we need to take care of these escort carriers.
Reinforcement available.
Is that gonna hit?
Reinforcements
Nice.
available.
Oh, 10. 10. Okay, let's just...
Reinforcements
Let's
en
actually
route.
deploy all of these here. Oh. Please let me... Okay, thank you.
Reinforcements en route.
I do appreciate that game. Oh no. Oh, this is... That is gonna be a rip them type situation.
Skip ray blast boat here. Commencing.
I think those were the skip rays. I mean, I did say I was gonna bring him in here, and then I totally didn't, and now this thing is dying.
There'll be nothing left but armed and ready. Fire on their shield generator.
But it was a nice subtle torpedo effect, wasn't it? Oh god, no, not these. Not these assholes. Even back then, they were pretty good. Okay, well this thing, I'm afraid, is just rip. Let's try to get it close and then blow it the fuck up. Though, then we'll be in range of all the turbo lasers, so I'm not sure if we're gonna get there. Oh no, now we're definitely not gonna get there. Let's just...
Thrusters at maximum.
Oh shit, you guys actually had to attack that. I know I just sent them after the... Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is Cadelbe and Kandosi time.
Someone cover me.
We're basically going through all the units because I want this blast of the past. Want to see what all these units do. Again, I'd love to build some more VSACs. They're really not that expensive, you know. You can build quite a few of them fairly quickly. You can build quite a few of them fairly quickly. Ah, yes, and there is the... Is that the problem? I don't know. These may actually be hard pointed. Well, that guy had second thoughts. It was like, nope, I'm not doing the run over the surface of that fucking Star Destroyer. Folks, I think it is time... I don't know if I think this is the version with the hadron cannons. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for lag.
It's received.
Or did these have the mass drivers? Well, we're gonna find out. No, these are the hadron cannons. Here comes the lag.
Weapons online. Remove the shield generator.
We may actually be out of range though. Nope, we're not.
Preparing for combat. Coordinates received.
Oh right, and the gizmo of this ship was that it's very slow. It had these powerful hadron cannons while deployed, which fired from these, basically like an energy beam or something. They fired from these mounts, right? And then what you could do, also added a small like electroparticle thing stuff. What you could do is you could close the mounts and then power up the engines. Do we have anything in range to fire on? No. And then the mounts would close, as you can see, protecting the cannons, and then it became just a mobile starship. And then it became a mobile starship. I also think it boosted the normal firepower of the ship, which it actually had a surprising amount of. It had a ton of laser cannons, it had these mass drivers in the front, of course, and it had a bunch of turbo lasers and ion cannons on the wings, if you can call them that. I'm actually still quite happy with this model. I actually think the Cadalbe is definitely one of the better older models that we did. That is the old Arvis texture for the Star Destroyers. This is some old shit, guys. Now, you could of course fight like this, but why fight with turbo lasers when you can instead fire gigantic energy beams that just basically rip through any hardpoint?
Enemy target sighted.
Ready for action.
Choose your reinforcements.
Alright, let's deploy this somewhere where it could be useful. Let's try to snipe some of their mines on the outside, actually. I remember the Kandosi being fairly quick. No, wait, it was actually very slow. Never mind. This is like the opposite ship that we need. But that doesn't mean we're not going to toss it into combat anyway. This is still a Kandosi, it will do fine. The old version of the Laser Z script, by the way, had this ship that kind of it hyperspaced in and then it got back out again. As you can see, it's a little buggy. Do we already have the Bismarck cannons? Yes, we do. We did not, in fact, fix the texture yet, so you had these blackish lines over it. Nope. Every time that happens, I get nervous. Oh, Jesus, that thing can fire from there.
Orbital command available.
I'd love to try to get a Lucra Hulk. I recall that these shields are pretty good. Oh yeah, now that thing's getting shredded. See, we have our own heavy turbo lasers now. In our Bismarck cannons. They used to only be on the, at least the Bismarck cannons themselves, they used to only be on the Kandosi. See, this thing has 2 of those heavy, ultra heavy turbo lasers, but this thing has 4.
I can't see him. Fire. Vector set.
That thing can run, but it's not gonna get away. Boom.
Our target priority is the laser cannons.
We're here.
Do we save up? No, that's actually a bad idea. Okay, now we need to go into pursuit. That thing's ion cannons are still firing at us. It still has some. No way, those turbo lasers. Which is equally bad, so let's go chase it.
Fleet, your transmission garbled. Repeat.
This is not going to take very long. It may only take like a single missile barrage to take out that. Oh no, wait, this is the faulty repairing mine. You know, repairing mines is actually not a bad idea, now that I think about it.
Let's go.
Oh wait, this is back when the hunters were like light defenders. I remember.
Keep going. Cadalbe battleship reporting.
The turbo lasers were... Ladies and gentlemen, back in the day, the turbo lasers were slow, but the mass drivers were quick.
Battleship
Space
standing
station
by.
under attack.
What? Oh, it's just one. It's just one of those.
Coordinates received. Roger that.
Ooh, that is a proper sailor.
The lasers
At
are
one
on
point in the mod development, these were actually not that great. These were actually not that great. Ladies and gentlemen, we almost have the 14,000 necessary. As you can see from the ship costs, that is a substantial amount of money. That will net you a lot of other ships, if you choose to spend it on that instead. Lucra Hulk class battleship. Originating from the Clone Wars, the remaining Lucra Hulk battleship classes were quickly reclaimed by various factions after the shutdown of the CIS droid legions. Though most have seen vastly varying upgrades over the years, this one still possesses most of its original armament and serves as a large carrier instead of a battleship. Though it's no longer suited for heavy ship-to-ship combat, the once all-powerful Lucra Hulk battleship can still destroy small fleets without any risk of its shields going down, which remain very powerful even after decades of aging. Preferably, it sends its extensive garrison into combat to deal with any possible threats, can produce starfighters inside of its map. Oh wait, I remember, this thing could actually build starfighters in Galactic Conquest if you got one. Oh, I know what that is. I know what that is. Ladies and gentlemen, another fan favorite. I don't know if Shadow is here right now, but if he is, your ship is about to... are there 2 of them? Well, I don't want to send my battleship into that, because it's going to get disabled and then shat on. But I'll deploy it here. Next to my Cadelba. It should be able to cover it. We're going to try to snipe these Nebula from long range. Oh no, look, they can actually just produce starfighters. See, folks, back in GC, back in these old versions of the mod, you got a luck roll, you could build starfighters in Galactic Conquest. Voila, no problem. And there is the Nebula Star Destroyer, folks. Let's try to take that thing out, especially that gigantic fucking ion cannon, because that thing, and the Magnapulse missiles, disable ships. Oh yeah, and the shields are also very oppressive. Oh fuck, right, let's kill that. Alright, this is gonna take a lot of Arc 170s. Let's first take that out. Okay, it's done. Let's try to take out the heavy ion cannon. That ion blast cannon up there fires these gigantic fucking shots. We'll wait for a second. They fire very slowly. They fire very slowly, but when they hit, like, all of your firepower is now gone. It is done so. It is finished.
Weapons online. The lasers are
Which is why it's such a goddamn oppressive ship.
our target priority.
Did we get rid of the Quasar? I fucking hope we did. Let's actually target the shield generator. I mean, I am trying to target that thing, but really we should go for the shield generator. En masse. You know what? When it doesn't crash, this old version of the mod, you know, it wasn't actually so bad, I feel like. I wish these had some sort of hunt ability.
Ready. What is your order?
There we go. They in fact did.
Your transmission is garbled. Repeat.
Alright, now, you couldn't micro the shields on the Lockrogue. Alright, it had all the turbo lasers in the trench. Or in the this small trench. I was very happy with the Lockrogue back in the day. They had these giant hangars that went all the way through the ship. Well, up to here then. They stopped here. But also these gaps, they all connected to this inner section. You can't see it here because it's like, if we rotate enough, we might be able to see it. Yeah, see, the openings connect to that large inner structure. I was very happy with that back in the day, you know. See, the thing about the Nebula is, it's got super powered shields. It's got these super powered ion cannons and these Magnapulse missiles as well, by the way. But as a ship-to-ship combat vessel, it's really trash. The way you're supposed to use this is you disable, like, Star Destroyers, or maybe a Lockrogue or whatever, gigantic target you want firepower reduced on, and then you bring a support fleet of maybe bombers or something to then take it out, right? It brings the Star Destroyers and the firepower down to a manageable level, and then you can engage it with your rebel ships, which are not necessarily meant for ship versus ship combat. But this ship gives you the tools to as the rebellion, do ship versus ship combat. And that is one of the many reasons it was eventually removed. Let's bring in a couple of these. Actually, we really don't need that. Let's be honest, we have a look. Oh, I think there went the sound, and that is... I was about to show off the Allegiance. That's a shame. We can still show off the Allegiance. We can do it again. So, that is the old version of this. This is 2.5 years ago. This mod has changed substantially since then. Needless to see. Yeah, welcome Rakan. Welcome, sir. Iluak, of course. Everyone. Polkovnik. I didn't give you guys a shout out yourself, but you know you're fucking welcome here. So why does the Cadelba not have that awesome shit anymore? Because the amount of lag it produced was substantial. Is not an exaggeration. How's everyone doing? I am doing fine, good sir. I'm doing fine. I woke up, I had some breakfast. And... well, I decided to start this live stream. I have to say I actually enjoyed that quite a bit. Let's try Mustafar Madness. I remember that being pretty good. We'll play the Empire now against... You guys want to see the more of the Rebellion? Or would you guys like to see more of the Consortium? What'd you like to see? Yeah, laxity. Runs pretty smooth. Well... For what's on the screen, it could run a lot better. We're currently putting a lot more shit on the screen than in the older versions, yet it runs better. So, again, it wasn't Could you, as the Empire, build the Annihilator? Back in the day, the Annihilator was a supremely oppressive ship. Like the biggest ship we had back then. Very oppressive. Very powerful. Is the eternal bug of ships jumping out of hyperspace and losing a lot of their shields fixed? When's the last version you played this mod? Or when's the last time you played this fucking thing? Yeah, the Imperial escort carriers, they're very expensive though, right? They're very effective because they can pick apart your fucking ships from long range fairly effectively. If you have a lot of them, at least. If you have like a wolf pack. But they're very expensive. Powerful though, powerful. They also have a lot of close range missiles, turbo lasers, and a couple of rapid fire laser cannons to protect themselves from starfighters. But those are really just gravy. What you want is the heavy turbo lasers. Graz, welcome back, sir. I hope you got to see that battle before we crashed. Ancient version. Oh, mate, you have no idea. I hope you just saw that, the last bit of that battle. That will show you how old this is. It's a completely different mod now. Yeah, glad we don't have that crashing anymore, indeed. Thank fuck. Me too, man. Empire, Rebels, like to see the MC30 spam. Rebels, okay. The Rebellion, as it turns out, has the majority vote in the council. And what is the War Council for, if not the council on the war? I actually wonder what the Galactic Conquest map looks like. Guys, this is when we added back the old Empire and War Galactic Conquest. Sorry, the Galactic Conquest map. Was this before we made our... Hang on, guys, I want to try this. Was this before we added our own GC map? It may have been. In fact, this may be the old one, guys. This may be the old Galactic Conquest map. We'll jump into the skirmish in a bit. Yeah, it is. Look at this. This is some old ass shit. Fairly basic. Not bad, but basic. Wow, Tatooine is there? That's some close by shit. Coruscant, BS. Oh right, I had the system where if you zoomed in, you just very casually just... Super simple. Couldn't see the starbase anymore though. The starbase was gone. One of the bigger problems. This is really a blast from the past, guys. I'm glad we did this. This is pretty fun. How's the second tome going? Dude, you have no idea. We are... Hang on, I marked it. I put the pen in the book. We are like halfway through the second tome. You motherfuckers are filling this thing faster than I anticipated. Now, the first one went faster than anticipated. But that was when we first started streaming. I had no idea if we were even gonna still be streaming by the time we would get to it. So I had no idea if that one was going to be filled at all. And then, of course, we did, and that was only like 6 months after we started or something. And now here we are, and the second book is like halfway filled already. It's going even quicker. It's these giant donations that rip into it, man. See, whenever someone donates like $100 or more, we reserve the entire page for that guy. And that's been happening a couple times as of late. Now that burns through that tome quick. Oh, speaking of which, guys, there's a couple new emotes on the way. I uploaded too. Twitch still has to approve them. Alright, Empire vs. Rebellion. Speaking of the tome, here is the tome for the tome. Grundle tome. Thank you very much for the $5. I'm gonna quickly just start the damn game. Otherwise we're gonna crash. Let's put that in the book. Thank you, Gruss, for our daily bread. Speaking of which, from your daily bread, I did in fact purchase myself earlier today some bread. And now we open the tome. Ladies and gentlemen, those of you who are not in the know, this is the second tome of the Great War Council, as it says on the first page. This is the book in which we immortalize any and all donations. Now, Gross is no stranger to the tome. The man has been put in the tome many times. And he prides himself on finding a different name for every single donation. And so far we have come across a large variety of fairly curious and varying names. Alright. Today we have the honor of noting down Grundle Tome for future generations. Grundle. Let's feels better. Grundle Tome. You're the first one on the new page, by the way. You're the first one. There we go. With the $5 contribution. Ladies and gentlemen, the next $300 is going towards a new chair. Because as it turns out, the Dutch chair is a measly old thing that has been sat in for way too long. It is done so. It is worn out. It's empty. There's nothing more that this chair has to offer, and it really should have been replaced a long time ago. I should have put that in there. Fuck. And it really should have been replaced a long time ago, but it is not too late to rectify that mistake. And that is what we are going to do.
Ready for action. Station ready.
Alright, ties.
TIE squadron here. TIE squadron here.
Missile?
Construction. TIE squadron here. TIE squadron here.
Orbital command available.
And the Dutch chair is
Your reinforcements.
speed 4.5. 4. That's not that big a difference. I'd rather use them for fighter screening, I think.
At your command.
I will take the enhanced reactors, which is another upgrade that was cut.
TIE squadron.
Actually, I think all the upgrades.
Receiving message.
Construction complete.
Right, and then you have the enemy over here.
Decoding transmission.
Choose your
Fine,
reinforcements.
let's go send out some.
Reinforcements on
Let's actually build a couple of bombers as well.
Bomber squadron reporting.
It's an
Bomber
agile but
squadron
slow bomb.
reporting. Bomber squadron reporting.
It's more agile than an action, and it is now made clear to me again why the hell these bombers were able to easily outmaneuver B-wings, because they are far more ready for battle.
Building started.
We're just gonna keep these.
Construction.
Oh fuck, you're already in. Shit. No, just stay there.
Ready for action.
I just built those. I need these, and I need one of those.
In progress.
Yeah, now these X-Wings are gonna shred these guys.
TIE squadron here.
We gotta bring in the.
TIE squadron here.
Is this that old random formation that I was looking for?
Enemy ships.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Construction
wasn't.
complete. Construction
Orders, sir.
complete.
For the Empire.
Now the interceptors will have a far better chance. See, they have got a Get that sound away from me, thank you. They have got a substantial amount more firepower thanks to those wingtip blasters, and that was on display
Constructing.
right there.
Upgrade in progress.
I want that.
Constructing.
Hey, who's attacking this? Was that a missile?
Ready for command,
Fucking
sir.
hope not. Let's actually get these
Squadron standing by.
these ones.
Reporting.
Probably gonna be useful. I
Ready
think
for battle.
everything in the middle was
Instructions
dead.
received.
I don't actually know. Oh, there's the Star Wars. Okay, so That's fairly close by.
Station ready.
That's fairly close by. Alright, we're just gonna build up a little bit of a defense so we feel a little safer.
Building under construction.
There we go. And now we can easily just reach out. We're gonna queue up the 3rd level of Starbase upgrade, and then we're just gonna...
Upgrade complete.
Okay, well, as soon as we have them. That only costs 500 for a substantial upgrade, so let's just do that. See, I never played the mod.
Construction complete. Construction complete. Construction complete.
Roger that. Decoding transmission.
Choose your reinforcements.
You know what? I'm just gonna set these guys to hunt, and we'll see you move around. We have 5 TIE bombers in the... Wow, really? A Vigil costs as much as a Gladiator? Yeah. This must be back in the day when the Gladiators were not that great. This is exactly what this Yas looked like back in the day, son. This is ancient history. This is about 2.5 years back. This is the remake mod as it was. Oh Jesus, that TIE sound is... Fuck. Like I'm putting my hands in my ears as if it's gonna protect me from the sound when I have earphones on, but don't question it. You're never gonna catch those. The lasers are... God, Jesus fuck, man. I am so sorry about that sound, guys. I'm just gonna quickly get that out of me. Sorry. Ooh. You know what? Let's build a couple of these. Let's build a couple of the customs corvettes.
You won't be around much longer. Target critical.
Yeah, they did have a lot of firepower. I mean, they still have a lot of firepower. Not that much, though. Not that much. Come on, can you hit them? Well, barely, but we can hit them.
Engaging the enemy.
Oh, okay, now it is time to bring in Le Bombers. Whatever that means. Victory, the bread and butter of the Imperial fleet.
Thompson cruiser reporting.
Boom.
Location confirmed.
Screw you, Y-Wings.
Thompson cruiser reporting.
Right, they fired missiles back in the day. Now, technically, these are just reskinned torpedoes, right? They're basically torpedoes. They do the same damage, they have the same speed and all that jazz. But I just figured it'd be a nice visual to change them to... oh, fuck. They're still not dead? Oh. I just figured it'd be a nice visual change for the...
Receiving message.
for the ship.
Upgrade in progress.
Do you think we can build the Annihilator in skirmish?
Awaiting command.
If not, then we're changing that in Starbase XML, and then we're building the Annihilator.
Attacking.
I want to show you guys the glory.
Advancing.
Wow, and people said that ship was useless.
Confirmed. Bomber squadron reporting. Station
I want to show you guys the glory.
Choose your reinforcements.
That is the Annihilator back in the day.
Yes, sir. Instructions received. Yes, Commander.
Well, I mean, you know what? Let's just do that. See what we can see. Again, victory for those who hadn't seen the old version yet. No, apparently that doesn't quite. God damn, the zoom in this was bad. The victory back in the day had these 6 quad turbo laser turrets right there. They were all targetable. They had ion cannons, which were not targetable, and of course the missile launchers. And the DP-20 was an oppressive little piece of shit. As Polkovnik still says it is today. It's not moving though. We are hitting it, right? I think we are hitting it.
Navigating to coordinates. Flank speed.
Did they actually take these mines? I'm not sure if they did. Allows us to tack up though, which is nice. Let's grab the hyper velocity cannon. I've got no idea if that is or is not good. And I do feel like the fighter movement was substantially better.
Ready to
Oh god, no, that thing can kill an infinite number of times. Do I have that? Alright guys, you're up. That thing is just... It's not very maneuverable, but it doesn't really need to be. It just does that a lot. Oh, absolutely legit music. This is the Legacy of the Void soundtrack, sir. The StarCraft 2 expansion. That's the best it's gonna get. We need to send more hobbits to Isengard. Gybron, the icons coming in are actually... there's two. There is the Hobbit. I made a Hobbit icon, which is basically like 4 hobbits, and a Isengard icon with a little arrow to it. I figured it was long overdue that we needed one of those. Sadly, I only have access to like 5 emotes or something, which is... Did I really not take these mines? Yeah. That's actually unfortunate. I mean, we have like 5 and they have like nothing. You could build a Dominator back then? Interesting. Let's build a Dominator. Oh, that's actually expensive. That costs as much as a Kendoshi. Back in the back in ye olden days, we had ship rotation set, or rolling set to be very, very high angle, as you can see here. You could actually get ships to rotate like 90 degrees and shit.
Receiving message.
Yes. I knew you guys would like that. It was long overdue, let's be honest. We needed one of those, and we didn't have one yet. Not actually sure why you actually build a Dominator. Now that I think about it, they don't really have a practical purpose. I mean, they look pretty, but that's about it. Oh god, that fucking bug. I'm so glad that bug is fixed. Jesus.
Your orders. Direct fire at their laser cannons.
What did this look like back in the day? Right, this thing apparently didn't even have a particle effect. What weapons did this have? Let's see. It should be about the same as the ISD. At that, except that it doesn't have the batteries here, and it has a lot of the superstructure weapons replaced. It does have a couple of turbo lasers here, but that's not nearly enough to actually compensate.
Enemy space station has been upgraded.
Well, I mean, it still has a reasonable amount of firepower. What did this look like?
Gravity well generators online.
Oh, right. It was this. Just like this small, like, black hole-ish effect. With the
Space station damaged.
these small things that came from basically across the entire map. And then reached to this small-ish black hole. It happens on both sides, both the top and the bottom. You basically see the presence of the Dominator everywhere. Across the entire map. So if you ever needed to know what that was, you know, if the giant icon on the minimap didn't tell you, you had the lines to literally guide you there.
Ready for action.
Well, we can just easily wait while the damn rebellion gets a few more mines or ships or whatever.
Your command, sir.
Let's actually stop defending this area. I do want them to have a decent fleet to fight. It's very easy for the AI to just not build any mines. It's actually kind of annoying. Oh, can we not move?
Heading out, sir.
Okay,
Positioning.
now we can move.
Setting course.
Back in the days when the engines looked like this. Actually, they still look fairly similar.
Attack.
Fairly similar, not entirely. There's been multiple changes to the engine glows
Station ready.
over time. A lot of them, actually. It's one of those things that you just keep tweaking, you know. You just keep tweaking.
Where are the others?
And everyone was wrong about his ship being useless. Yeah, man, people have been shitting on the customs corvette forever, ever since it was put into the mod. Everyone's like, it's useless, it can't kill anything. And bam, Y-Wing Squadron, like, gone like that. Yeah, Heroes did need a nerf back then. Do you know what chair you will get? No, I don't know yet. I don't know yet. I have a couple in mind, and they're all about that same price range. So
Waiting orders. Commencing
some are a little
attack.
more, some are a little less. I have a couple that I have my eye on. It's just a hail of laser fire. It's like what the scimitar does with torpedoes, only they're doing it with like lasers.
Changing
And we
course
can't
to
catch them because they have
intercept.
S-foils.
Acquiring target.
Weapons ready, sir.
Can a Dominator actually win from an assault frigate? Maybe.
Command available.
Oh, yeah. Just the Titan? Oh my god, the Conqueror was in the game. Wow. Let's build some of these heroes so more shit frees up, because I think there's more behind here. Okay, so we're definitely gonna build the Allegiance. We want the Titan. I mean, if you don't know the Conqueror, now that is a remnant from... That's not ancient Greece, that's the Bronze Age of this mod.
Turn to your position.
Jesus Christ, the Conqueror. Oh, that was such a piece of shit. Oh, but it was so effective and so fun in some ways.
Roger that.
I will happily introduce you motherfuckers
Position.
to the Conqueror.
Tightening up.
Task Force 24. Oh my god, it's actually buildable. Okay, ditch the Allegiance. Do we ditch the Titan? No, we don't ditch the Titan. Well, I mean, if you're capable of actually getting through the damn shields and such. Damn, lasers and shit were slow back then. Missiles are faster than the goddamn turbo lasers. So much for turbo lasers. I'm not even going to deploy these. I'm just going to keep them back here. That's the end, right? Yeah, then we get the upgrades.
Watch for enemy ships.
The Purifier. Undoubtedly the most OP ship we had back then. Though, I mean, the Conqueror was also... You'll see, guys.
Pursuing enemy forces. Watch your back.
Whatever happened to the Conqueror, I removed it. The firing effect was pretty shitty, so I got rid of it. I mean, I do say that the Rebellion was
Enemy space station has been
doing kind of bad, but they are currently winning. Mostly because we're not spending our money. Oh, guys, back in the day, the DP-20 over here, so loved by Paul Koftank, had turbo lasers. It had turbo lasers, obviously, but it also had these curvature torpedoes, which arc towards the target. They don't track, and apparently they have very limited range. But to any target in close proximity, you could actually hit them with the torpedoes. Why did they curve like that? Because I thought it looked fancy. Was it very functional? No. Was that a concern of mine back in the day? No. It is time to deploy the Titan. I actually think in this version the Titan was a pretty weak ship, but the cloak made it pretty fucking okay. The Conqueror is now ready. Let's queue up the Annihilator. Let's first have a look at the Titan. We all know and we all love the Titan. Well, I don't know if you love it, but it's a pretty good unit. How many TIEs did it have? Holds 12 TIE Phantom Squadrons. Just 12? Okay.
Transmit orders.
And it spawned 8. Okay.
Under control.
TIE Phantoms, by the way, greatly underestimated by a lot of people. They're actually pretty fucking good. They have a lot of firepower. They actually have more firepower than the TIE Interceptor. Again, people like to underestimate the Phantom. Let's, no, we're not gonna attack that.
Weapons armed.
How about now?
Setting course.
Oh, that went by too quick. Okay.
Coordinates received.
Let's get him out there, and then...
Star Destroyer reporting in.
I mean, it may technically not be worth the build cost, but let's be honest, the Titan still had an obscene amount of firepower. It had both the main batteries of the Allegiance and the Imperial. You know, it had the Octopulse and the quads. I had a couple of sectional turbo lasers in the trench as well.
Ready for orders, sir. Enemy sighted.
Yeah, what the fuck is the oh, gross. Don't you know? Don't you know? Let me introduce you, son. Alright, prepare to have your ears blown out. And then there was fire. Alright, we're not going to... Let's just cloak and get the fuck back here. Those Y-Wings gave 0 fucks about that cloak. What the fuck? Oh, right, Rogue Squadron. With its shitty... Alright, let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, hereby introducing the ancient Conqueror. Oh, what? We can't deploy that? Hang on, how many? We need 25. So we need to lose 10 pop points, which is... I mean, losing you will do it. Losing you will also do it. Losing you is going to be substantially easier. Now, the Conqueror does not have that much firepower. As you can see, it may have some of the main batteries. Everything in front is gone. A lot of the weapons, secondary weapons, were also removed. But it does have something very, very useful. Also, this is the old engine flow. And that thing that is very, very useful is that super laser right in there. Now, how does the super laser work, you may ask? I will introduce. One has to charge. At which point that appears. And then when it is ready, which takes a couple of seconds, you click on the target, and then that happens. Ladies and gentlemen, the Conqueror. Awesome. My interest peaked concerning the Conqueror. Well, there it is. There is the Conqueror. That's all there's to it. It's a simple ship. It's a... Yeah, no, that's just it. It's a simple fucking ship. But it doesn't need to be very, very complex. It's very elegant, it's very simple, and it does exactly what you would hope it would do. Beauty in its simplicity.
Your command, sir.
That thing survived the fucking shot. Yeah, actually the shot itself doesn't do that much. That we actually need to lose this. Let's see if we can run it through the asteroid field and lose the ship.
Reporting in.
Let's find another target.
Ready to commence.
Yeah, I never seen one in action. Well, now you have. I hope it did not disappoint. Looks like an eclipse of a regular ISD. Yeah, kind of. It was, where was it from? I think someone said from a trading card game. Yeah, Star Wars Galaxy's trading card game. Yeah, that too, Nico. It never got the upgraded skins from El Rati, so it looked very out of place, you know. Ooh, is that a? Let's charge the weapon. Let's rotate it into position. It can only fire at a very, very short angle, right? Or a very low angle. So you gotta be careful that you're actually facing the damn thing you want to fire at. And voila! You have problems with Rebel starfighters? Now you don't, son. No, you don't. This was one of the first commissions I ever did for someone. It may have been slightly OP, but that was exactly what the recipient was looking for. Let's see if we can get that quasar, eh? It's outside of the fire cone. We could just fire at the station. That's just fire at the station. Fire on the base! Awesome. It's so overpowered. It's so overpowered. I haven't even been able to show off the fucking Annihilator yet. Hang on. Is this dead yet? No. Come on. Is this getting killed? I'm not sure if this is getting killed. It should slowly take damage. It is slowly taking damage, but not fast enough. You do have to be careful with the Conqueror. It doesn't have any like super shields or anything. It's just a normal ISD2 with a giant OP super laser on it. That's it. So you do have to kind of protect it. And the cost was definitely not balanced.
Let's go.
That thing should have cost as much as the Inhala. I would love to deploy it, but again, we need a little bit of pop points for that. I'm trying to lose the Titan in the asteroid field.
Our shields won't protect us from those asteroids.
Titan is being a little floaty.
Return to your position.
Star Destroyer standing by.
I'll take care of this.
Those X-Wings trying to run. Failing to do so. Missile barrage coming in. Yeah, that's the Thanos button. It pretty much is. It pretty much is. I think the likes of Adamancy and
Star Destroyer reporting in.
Chaos Bubbles
This way.
will in
Over
fact
there.
approve of a ship like this. However, given the fact that it is mercilessly overpowered in this current iteration, we'll definitely not be adding it to the damn mod. I'll have to. What the hell is that? Ooh, an MC30. Ooh, it's a pack of MC30s.
The laser
I'm not sure. I think they're out of. Yeah, they're most definitely out of the firing. All right. Okay, let's try to get it in.
awaiting orders.
All right, this guy has to go back through the asteroid field. Otherwise, we're never gonna.
Awaiting your orders.
The good thing about the Conqueror is you don't need to be very specific where you target, because it'll hit everything anyway as soon as it fires. But you got to get it to fire. So what you simply do is you do this,
Target priority.
and then it'll hit that one at the same time. Or that. I think it may have even hit the starbase with that. And it may also recharge pretty fucking quick. The Hero Super Laser is the Old Republic era power creep. Yeah, I've seen that. I'm not a big fan of that myself. I think it's a little silly. A little too silly.
Comlink
I do
active.
like silly shit.
Awaiting your command.
I mean,
Your command, sir.
but, I mean, that's just a bit too silly. That's just a bit too
Ready for
silly.
action.
I'd love to fucking deploy the damn
Choose your reinforcements.
Annihilator. I want to show you guys the old version. Maybe we should lose the Conqueror.
The lasers are our target.
Jesus fucking Christ!
Order confirmed.
It's so insane. It's so insane. Chaos, can we get your opinion on this ship? I haven't heard you talk about it at all.
Roger that. Former.
Chaos, by the way, ordered a. He's a patron of the $50 tier, so he got a specific flagship and all that. No, shit, we're actually gonna kill the starbase if we go in now. What the fuck are those torpedoes doing? Did you just see that? I know the space station is taking serious damage, so I'm trying to steer clear of it.
Destroyer here.
Well, it's just never gonna lose this. This is just. It's just not happening.
Copy.
But yeah, he's a patron of the $50 tier, so I made him his own flagship and all that. And it was woefully OP, and he said that's exactly what he wanted. Much like Adamancy, the two are in fact kindred spirits, and they do like their OP-as shit starships. Apparently those missiles damage everything on the ship. That is likely more of an issue with hard points being attached to bones they shouldn't be, which is then causing the entire ship to take damage in one go. Oh, please don't crash. Please don't crash. Please don't crash. Oh no, wait, it's just the whole one. Oh, Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Now that is a faulty task force if ever I've seen one. It basically means that the AI waited to bring all that shit in, or before it had all that, before it actually brought in the fucking fleet. Which is great, because we needed something to fight. Now that's the old Home 1, ladies and gentlemen. That is the old Doki model. Yeah, it's a little difficult to get a good view of it. It's also one of the first ships where I tried to get the ambient engine glow thing to work. And it worked fairly well, as you can see. Well, it worked. It worked. Now we just have to wait for this to get in front of the starbase so that the Annihilator does not start firing at that.
Choose your reinforcements.
Oh my god, do we actually have to lose the Titan?
We're moving out.
Come on.
Full speed.
Alright, turns out we have to in fact lose the Titan. I'm so sorry, this is going to take a while, so we're going to fast forward through it.
Commander, our shields won't protect us from those asteroids.
And then we'll wait. It's full crazy, maybe too crazy. But it gets my official thumbs up, and there it is. And there it is. It gets the stamp of approval, folks. We'll wait until we lose the Titan, and then we'll deploy the Annihilator. I wonder how OP it really was back then. I seem to recall very. Rebels got that sick cruiser liner. Oh, you mean the Nebula? Yeah, definitely. Definitely. That thing is good in more ways than one. That thing is good in more ways than one. Best thing about it really is the stunner. That's the reason you get it, right? You have a ship like the Annihilator, which you can't engage as the Rebellion, right? Like you just can't engage it. But the Nebula gives you the ability to do it because it brings all that firepower down to manageable levels, and then you can engage it.
We shall be there shortly. Star Destroyer standing by.
Damn, this ship is fucking slow. Does it say what its speed is? No. As well as heavy weapons, armor, and a large hangar bay. Developed at the Maw facility, the Titan is both expensive and deadly. We need to get this fucking Titan over there. I don't actually think this speeds up the fucking... Oh, come on.
Commander, our shields
Can we even, like,
from those asteroids.
rotate? Do we have to literally go all the way around the starbase? You useless motherfucker. I can't even lose the ship.
Yes, Commander.
Got 100k saved up, nothing to spend it on. Well,
Commander,
nothing to deploy.
our shields won't
Station
protect
ready.
us from those asteroids.
Let's see, what else can we do in the meantime? Guess we can show off the Allegiance now that we're here. I mean, it won't win against that fleet, so we can just say, put it in. Toss it in there. We can show off the old Imperial too.
Unit in production.
Do we even have an Imperial 1? Don't think so. I think the Imperial 1 was removed at this point. Can't see the fleet on the mini-maps. I don't quite know where they are. I think if we lose the starbase, we lose those. So let's actually deploy this relatively close here, and then we'll move it across the map. Jesus, that thing is painfully slow. Oh, you'll also notice that back in the day, the turrets actually had lights on them. If you look very closely, you can see it. They had lights on them. Well, some of them did.
Star
Well, they're
Destroyer
already to
reporting in.
fire. Except that the ship is nowhere in position to fire. That's okay, though. This one will be. Should we be deploying this now? I feel like we are, by deploying all of these different ships, we're kind of tempting fate by... That thing had turrets? I gave that thing to... Oh, yes, I did give that thing turrets. In fact, I gave that thing a substantial amount of turrets. Not on the bottom, but it is on the top. Any way to see that properly? Not really. The old camera is way too janky. If this was the new camera, I could get way up close to this thing easily. This thing had a lot of turrets. Like there and there. A lot of these small-ass laser cannons scattered around. Like there's two. You can't see them because they're too small, but they're there, trust me. Two there. Bunch more. Again, that we just can't see right now.
Right away.
Wow, we are out of shields already? We must have gotten hit by a fucking... No, but there's no lights. Then why the hell are we out of...
Reinforcements available.
And the nebulas are over here. Nebulae? Nebulas? Not sure.
Awaiting your
Let's go toss these to their doom.
moving out. Awaiting your command.
The Allegiance back in the day was basically a gigantic missile battery strapped onto a ship. And of course it has a lot of... Oh, fuck. Well, it's not going to be firing as much anymore. These ion blast cannons, by the way, they're exceptionally long. So let me actually read you the description. Nebula class started... The fuck did that missile just... That missile was just drifting. Nebula class Starfighter. An advanced prototype starship incorporating the newest technology available, including a very powerful shield generator and a super heavy ship disabling ion blast cannon. Now carrying much firepower of its own, the Nebula class is capable of continuously disabling even the largest capital ship. Born from the need to stop the Imperial II class Star Destroyer without losing entire fleets, the Nebula was designed to bring down its firepower to more manageable levels, while a supporting fleet barrages the ship. And it carries 2 A-wing and 2 B-wing squadrons. It's pretty fucking powerful.
Commander, fall out.
We're gonna have to lose, well, preferably the Titan. Come on, Titan. Don't stop moving now. Please don't tell me you two were disabled. No. Does the engine not flicker upon disabling? Maybe not.
Roger that. Let's go.
Can you even move? Can you even move?
Keep going. This way.
These Nebulas are just gonna shit all over us. That is kind of the point of them. That does mean we can't really show off the firepower of the Allegiance that much. Okay, I think we're now no longer disabled, which means we can move.
Over there.
I'm just going to send these into the fleet and then hopefully lose them, so we can deploy the Annihilator.
Our space station is under attack.
Was this before we added all the... Oh no, they're there. They are very much there. They're just very low range, I think. That must be very low range then. Oh look, we're actually attacking one of the Nebula. Good. Not good. And there's the engine flicker. Oh no, wait, back in the day there were laser cannons, weren't they? Yeah, they were. I think I changed it to turbo lasers to make them worse against starfighters. Because they were just ripping starfighters left and right with those quad laser cannons.
Order confirmed. Coming around. Heading to destination.
Come on, get in there! Did that miss or did that hit? I think that missed. That definitely missed. We need to not have the Titan firing at that. Because that's going to kill the starbase, which in turn I think then means they lose. And we have come too far to deploy that fucking in that. Can we not get through those fucking shields, even with...
The lasers are our target.
I mean, overcharge doesn't really do a whole lot when your entire ship's fucking disabled. I mean, there's a lot of firepower coming pouring in, but most of that's from the
Star
Titan,
Destroyer reporting in.
which is pretty long range.
Full speed.
Right, the MC-80 has not seen too many changes since then. A couple of texture tweaks here and there. I think I may have changed the lights as well.
Target locked.
Back in the day, guys, I rigged all the ships to have these types of row-ish lights. Well, row-ish lights. Lights in rows.
Eliminating target. I'm on it.
Yes, Commander.
We're just not getting, we're never getting through these shields. That's never happening. They're too strong.
Awaiting orders.
They are, oh,
Their scopes won't see us now.
let's not have that happen.
Shortly. Right away.
Can you really just not get in there? This ship is so unwieldy. It's
Awaiting your orders.
awful. And the moment I decloak, that thing is gonna get it. So we need to get that in there, in that fleet, and disabled before that cloak wears off. Which is a good thing, because the Titan has cloak for fucking days. Please don't hit that. I need those engines to move that thing in there, to kill it faster. Those fucking Nebula, man.
Attacking target.
Like, look at the shields. They don't give a fuck. What's this 80s thing? Who needs pathfinding in modern games? You've never seen the MC-80 angle? It's there in Return of the Jedi. If you ever watch the movie again, have a look out for it. I think an interceptor crashed into it, a TIE interceptor.
Heading out. All out. Fire at will. Let's
Fuck it,
move
just rotate towards that thing then. So this thing is lasting a while. I mean, even back then, it was a hunk of metal. Very durable, which is of course exactly what the Allegiance was supposed to be. Purely ship-to-ship focused warship. And it was very good at that. Still is, by the way.
Reporting in. Our
Not so
shields
much
are
when
down.
disabled.
Roger that.
Alright, well, we successfully got it to turn.
Let's go. Keep going.
No, come on, get in there. You can do it. You can pathfind your way in there. I have faith.
Over there.
Yes. Yes. Good. I knew my faith would be rectified. Rectified? Vindicated. That's a... That word has nothing to do with what I was trying to say there.
Orbital command available.
Guys, we have $135,000 right now.
Vehicle in production.
Destroyer here.
Space station under attack.
Copy.
Reviewing position.
And we're hit. And we're immediately under attack.
Stay in formation. Get behind them.
These B-Wings are gonna make short work of this thing. Oh, we're not actually attacking that, right? No, that's our starbase. Under attack by Home 1. Ugh.
Crews are online. Order confirmed. Destroy the shield generator.
Ugh.
I copy. Moving to coordinates.
Apparently, a lot of the fleet has moved down
Order
here.
confirmed.
Receiving message.
Whoa, we are lagging substantially. Damn, what happened?
Unit canceled.
What happened? You know, when we lose that ship, which will eventually happen, we're going to be able to just go in there with our ship. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to deploy these. Yeah, that's not a problem. We can just deploy these ships, and no problem, we'll still be able to deploy the Annihilator. We just need something to kind of tank the damage, because if we lose the starbase, I actually think we die. Oh, wait, is this back in the day when the Defender had 2 proton torpedo launchers? Oh my god, yes it was. Back in the day, the TIE Defender was the most OP starfighter you've ever seen in this game.
Star Destroyer standing by.
The title will pass on to the K-Wing soon. Jesus, what is this lag?
Copy. TIE Defender standing by.
Wow, look at this chop.
Cruiser here.
Chop, chop, motherfucker.
Our target priority is the laser cannons.
Wow, this is some serious fucking...
Yes, Commander.
What's happening? Is it the amount of projectiles on the screen? I mean, there are a lot of starfighters firing. Uh-oh. No. No. Oh. Okay, game. Okay, game. Okay. You want war? I'll fucking give you war. And I can win, because I can cheat. I can cheat. I know chat is shitting on me right now. That's okay. That is okay. That is okay. That is okay. It's no problem, man. No. It's just... It's no problem, man. Let's do it. The rebellion thinks they can win while cheating. While making me fucking crash before I get to deploy the ship. But guess what, son? I too can cheat. Because I have the power of the code. I can see the code. And I can see the matrix. Yeah, there it is. There it is. If you're gonna cheat, do it right. Make it 1? Nah. Barrel above Polus, Tatooine Strait. Dude, I don't remember which one of these maps were small and which... Oh, Tatooine Clouds. Does this have the particle effect? I have no fucking idea. Alright. Folks, we're gonna go against 2 hard rebels. Hard rebels. Gonna give them all the money they require. And I'm gonna say have fun. We're not gonna upgrade our starbase. Nay, nay, nay. We don't need to.
Ready for action.
Because, ladies and gentlemen...
Constructing unit.
There it is. Oh, you can only have one?
Squadron
okay.
here.
We need a place to deploy it.
Course set.
Either one of these straits will do. And now we wait. So let's have a casual little chat about the meaning of life. And why it is in fact Empire at war. Make everything 0 pop cap. Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. Oh, wait, yeah, back in the day, guys, we had like 40 pop cap. We had 40. Again, this is far more of a... Oh, sorry. Just stretching. This is far more of a vanilla-ish mod than it is right now, right? This is still... You can still kind of recognize the vanilla Empire at War elements in this. Whereas... Well, right now, that's a lot more difficult, obviously. This was an old map I originally made for Old Republic at War. My first mod.
Station ready.
It's not a trial, it's an execution. Abso-fucking-lutely. Folks?
Choose your
You know what? We could just ram it through the strait. Let's not ram it through the strait. I doubt it's gonna fit. Takes a second to load in. Back in the day, it had a number of texture maps, and the number was too high. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the old Annihilator. It had a very different texture than it has right now, as you can see. Lots of firepower, lots of weapon banks, lots of engines. Ambient engine glow. This was one of the biggest and most time-consuming commissions I think I've ever done for anyone. And I probably wouldn't be doing them today. Well, unless it would be like a community thing, but... Let's get that bad boy moving. Oh, right. I was going to introduce the TIE Interceptor, the TIE Defender. Ladies and gentlemen, back in the day, the TIE Defender had 2 torpedo launchers, which back in the day did just as much damage as a bomber torpedo, which made this one of the most OP things you've ever seen. It was very quick, it was very agile, it was small, so it's hard to hit, and it did about as much damage as a fucking B-wing. And then something. It shreds shit. You know, I was expecting them to actually build some... Well, I mean, I suppose if we destroy all the mines, that's a little difficult for them.
TIE
Fine, I am okay with an execution. Let's just... I was gonna go for a fair fight, but you know what? Who wants a fair fight when you can have an unfair fight? This is a pretty old model, isn't it? It is. It is an older version. Has been updated many times since. It did, of course, have the Bismarck cannons. We may actually get the starbase down before they even get to do anything. Before we even get in range. That would be a little unfortunate, actually. Purifier is an Annihilator-class superstar destroyer. Living up to its name, Purifier is the final word in battlefield supremacy. Aside from its extensive fighter garrisons, Purifier has multiple layers of defense systems, weapon systems, including 3 ultra-heavy turbo lasers. With its unmatched level of firepower, the Annihilator class can outgun any vessel at long, medium, and short range. Purifier holds 12 TIE Interceptors, 3 TIE Bombers, 2 TIE Phantoms, 1 TIE Scout, and 1 TIE Defender Squadron. Where's the Scout actually?
Closing on target.
Here.
Pursuing enemy forces.
Alright, the Vanguard's in there. You know, back in the day, Starfighter combat was very loud. No, they're not that yet. Good. Apparently the Purifier started firing at the Starfighters. Nope, they just upgraded the Starbase. Let's hope they upgrade it again, because otherwise it will be gone before we get there. I thought this thing was faster. Maybe I was wrong. The weapon banks are very close range though, that I do remember.
Under control.
And there we go. There's the weapon banks. They're basically 90 quad turbo lasers, which back in the day, before... These are the days before the Annihilator. These are the days before the Eclipse. This was the ship. This was the battle. And you actually needed these Nebula to actually take it out, because otherwise you would just shit out one. You just get fucked. Just die. Death. Every time. Wish we had a fleet to fight though. It would have been ideal if we could bring it in last game. But see, we can do that. It's a little tiny. Let's see if we can find some better music for this. Incoming copyright strike, folks. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Rip VOD. Boom. Now I can rechat again. Great. The Bismarck guns. Miss those? Why do you miss them? Just build the Annihilator and you'll have them back. No need to miss them. Just build the damn ship. It's still in the mod, you know. By the way, are you going to use Doki's K-Wing? Doki has a K-Wing? I have no idea. I don't think Doki ever built a K-Wing. If so, link me his K-Wing. I'm just gonna do this.
Enemy space station has been upgraded.
No, I wasn't debating Doki's. Doki's, I don't think, by my recollection at least, ever made one. Dolly Nix, who is a different guy who also makes great models and textures. He retextured the Nebula Star Destroyer, but he was actually not a big fan of that texture. I actually rigged that up yesterday, the new texture for the Nebula, and as it turns out, I was not that happy with it. I actually think the original one looked better.
You won't be around much longer.
Copyright strikes be damned. Exactly. Might make our own. We could. But the current existing one is also good. Depends, really. Ah, now we're getting a fight going. Good. This is what I was waiting for.
Taking that. Engaging the enemy. Back around.
Here, let's get rid of chat for you boys. Oh, shall we overcharge? Let's see if we can hit the bombers. Well, let's actually... Oh, no, wait, that thing's already dead. Do we have anything else to fire at? Yes, that.
Holding for maximum firepower.
The good thing about these ultra heavy turbo lasers is you can just as well shoot starfighters out of the sky with them. They're quite accurate, you know. And very slow to turn. Well, Polkovnik, the reason is because this specific texture uses a absolute magic fuck ton of texture memory. This is a non-tiling texture, and this ship is fucking huge.
Enemy space station has been upgraded.
Now, as we recently found out with the Belt from Commander mod, it's actually unlikely to matter, but still, it is a massive waste of resources. A gigantic waste of resources, which back in the day when the mod wasn't so big and you didn't have that much shit going on, with so many ships, with so many textures and all that stuff. Like back in the day, we had far fewer ships in the game, obviously, and far less texture resolution that was used. So it didn't really matter if you had like one ship that was really bad for memory usage, but nowadays it really shouldn't fly. Which is why we switched over to tiling textures. Though, as we've seen with the Praetor, we can do wonders with non-tiling textures when using the kit bash piece, pre-textured kit bash pieces method, which we are going to be using for every ship henceforth, including things like the Galaxy Gun, which are currently still in development. Those actually use the exact same kit batch pieces that are already pre-textures on the Praetor, so that again saves a lot of fucking texture memory, which means we can still have very high quality textures without using a fuck ton of texture memory. It's still going to cost some, but not nearly as much. And the increase in visual quality, visual fidelity, is gonna be so worth it. I mean, again, compare it with the Praetor. Praetor is a good example. I think we're out of music. That is unacceptable. Let's see. What else do we have? Have anything just as hype? Oh, undoubtedly. But which one? You know what, really? We can just loop this. Let's be entirely honest. Oh, though I do have to make sure I can read chat. Okay, there we go. This thing has so much HP. It has so much HP.
Thy will be done. Onwards.
This can have my stamp of approval. Hey, Perdurus, welcome back, son. Yeah. This is about 2.5 years back, which in terms of mod is ancient. It is absolute ancient history. We are in Greece right now. Ancient Greece. We are rediscovering the Pantheon. Very old shit. You can look back on the VOD if you want to see some really old shit. This is back when you could still kind of recognize Empire at War in the mod. You can still very clearly see it as a mod for Empire at War, whereas right now it is more of a total conversion type thing. Have you used the revamp Praetor in the game yet? Yes, absolutely. I even have some screenshots of that up somewhere. Is it in the screenshot channel? I don't know. That must be very far back then. But I have them somewhere. Ooh, lights weapon. Flower got rid of that as well. Also on the Annihilator. One of the old things about the one of the many bad things about the old versions of the mod. You know, you got things like the instability and such, which has greatly improved so far. It really puts on display how far we've come with the project. What? Did that thing just... Yes, it did. That's also another thing which... I actually don't know what causes it, but I think we've mostly gotten rid of that issue. Is this version going to be available to the public? Bro, you can just Google it and it is right there. So the best rocket animation ever is back. Yeah, you did see plenty of that earlier on the stream. Again, you're kind of hitting us towards the end here, so they already kind of showed off most of the shit. They're actually bringing us down to half HP. Now they don't have a lot left here. I also don't have any starfighter squadrons left, so it's really just the Annihilator against these last few bombers. But that's gonna be enough because they are not gonna live through this barrage. Yeah, starfighter's going through ships. Just lobbing laser shots over there very slowly. I think we're getting attacked, but this TIE is too stupid to do something about it. It's right there! Oh, come on, you fire this man for flying drunk. Fire this man. Oh, there, no, it's the other guy. Yeah, got him though. Fire this idiot. Now, I mean, to be fair, if you're a TIE fighter pilot, like not a TIE interceptor pilot, not a TIE defender pilot, but a TIE fighter pilot, at that point you could just think, well, I'm not getting paid enough for this shit. Fuck it. They're literally tossing me out here to die. But yeah, Annihilator. Lots of firepower. Yeah, and the DB missiles. I think we lived. I think they're done.
We are victorious.
Ladies and gentlemen, that couldn't have ended any better. Folks, I want to thank you all for joining me on this short blast to the past. We're gonna keep having some shorter streams this week because there is a lot of shit that I want to still do. There's a lot of rigging work that I still want to do, and now that we found out that Blender is just too fucky for me to fucking understand. It actually kind of reignited a wish for me to do some more actual rigging work in 3DS because that actually fucking works. So, coming up is the new texture for the CR90 and the DP20, which I'm not sure if I already shown that off on the Discord server, but that's coming up. We may or may not have the Nebula back in at some point, and the K-Wing using Dolly Nick's retexture, except for the Nebula. That one will have the old texture that you are seeing right here. I actually can take the file straight from here and put it back into Remake. It'll actually be very fucking easy to do as well. So I may actually just literally do that. If you want to try out this version yourself, just simply Google Empire at War Remake mod, like beta or something into Google, and then eventually you will find this. This is the file called Empire at War Remake .2.rar. And then you can download that and get that yourself. For now, I'm going to do some more work, which is again off stream, obviously, because the rigging, I have to do that in Windows 7, which doesn't run Streamlabs very well. So yeah, that's it. Keep an eye out for the work updates on the Discord server. Sorry for the shorter streams this week. I'm trying to stuff a couple more into them, right? Wednesday and Tuesday I also streamed, which is normally my days off, but I figured if we're doing so few, so little streaming time-wise, we may as well toss a couple of extra in there. But I will be busy. Have no fear. As always, really. Even if you're not streaming, there's so much you can do to still be working on stuff without necessarily doing it. Yeah, that's it, really. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Hope this was a fun blast for the past few as well. Me too. Yeah, I'll be on Discord, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you all later. Until then.